Good morning. Welcome to Wake Up
Good
Wednesday.
morning. I'm John.
And I'm Steven. We just want to welcome you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in today. We're going to jump right into it today. So, if you would, we're going to be talking about full PO stock checks and also core items. And so, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to John, and so he can handle that. And so, here we go.
Yep. So this will be pretty much a quick video, I think. So the first thing I wanted to cover was let's talk about the core checkbox. The core checkbox is for items that you always want to stock, no matter what, even if they're not selling.
Well, and I'll say a good example of not the not selling example, but I know for a lot of our church bookstores, if you're carrying pastor content, work studies, things that you're using in the church, you don't want those to get discontinued because you want those always to be available. So that'd be a good example. In a bookstore, maybe you have your favorite book or a book that is just a staple in your store, and you don't want it to, when it sells out, you don't want your system not to bring it back in. And so that's kind of what we're talking about. And you may have to move our big old noggins out of the way to show the box.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
I'm the expert. Okay, so what I'm looking at is Dad's favorite book that he always wants to be. Wow. Let me learn to type. Dad's favorite. That should be enough. Dad's favorite book, commentary on building character. So I'm going to bring that up because no matter what, we love our dad, and this is his favorite book, so we're always going to carry it. So what I did is on the additional information tab, there's a box that says core. So it's not going to get discontinued. It's always going to be on hand.
In version 8, is that on the first screen?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
In version 8, it's on the first screen at the lower left side.
Okay.
So anyway, so that's the core checkbox. Those items you always want to stock, regardless.
Make sure you save
Choose
after you check that box.
and save.
And now that item is never going to go out of stock. It'll always keep it in stock. It will never discontinue it with your history rolls or anything like that.
If our dad ever comes into the store, he's gonna love us because his favorite book is gonna be on the shelf.
That's right. And so now we're going to kind of jump into full PO stock checks.
Okay, so full PO stock checks. I'm gonna go ahead and go in here.
What's the purpose of a full PO stock check first?
Well, first you want a PO stock check because you want to know if it's going to be. You can stock check a single item in just a second or two. A full PO stock check is once you've already built your PO, you're ready to send it. You just want to make sure if you've met the minimum requirements to maybe get free shipping. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's perfect.
Oh, okay. So I've already made a special PO for this.
All right.
It helps with. Okay, so that is a lot of ones. I'm sorry. Here we go. So John's Awesome Test Store, Spring Arbor. So I'm going to hit OK. Now the full PO stock check is at the lower left side. And so I've got 10, 15 items here. I used EOI Best. Just
So
to
this is a
stock.
way to basically just stock check the whole thing at one time
Yeah,
instead
so
of individual.
yeah, see if
Okay.
I've met the minimum for order. So
Perfect.
it takes about a second per item. So more items, the longer it's going to take. So I've got 15 here, and so we'll let this go. Now, if you do a few changes,
I feel like we need do 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 do.
perfect. That was
Bam.
great. Bam, nailed it. Okay,
Right on.
so what I wanted to do here is I'm going to move this box just a little to the left because there's a system configuration variable 2075. I'll cover that in just a second. And so you can see target status. It says target not met, target not met. But for Ingram, it says we get free shipping. So we're right here. So on Anchor, it says it can stock 14 of 19 items. And so it's $172. You can click on these buttons to see exactly what items. So here I can look. So here's the zeros, those items they couldn't stock check. Down at the bottom, it says Anchor can only fulfill $172 of the $185 minimum net amount. So to get free shipping, if you think you're going to sell maybe some of these other items, maybe you add a couple just to reach that minimum shipping for free shipping. You can print that if you want there. I'm going to go ahead and escape out. And then over here, so you can see on Ingram, if you go to the bottom, it says Met Tennessee can fulfill 16 of the 15 required. So you can say on either SKUs, number of SKUs ordered to meet the minimum, or the dollar amount. And so I've got $186 of the $150 minimum. And so I would get free shipping here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over. I'm going to go back a screen. I'm going to jump over to that system configuration variable.
Hey, Chrissy, it could be that it's buffering. It could be our internet on our side today, so I'm not sure what it is. You may try to back up to the beginning and start it over just to see if it has to be a buffering issue. Then it may go through without pausing. But it could be our internet, so hopefully this is going through. So we shall see.
Okay, so I'm going to go into the system configuration variable. Let's see here. Let me turn your keyboard here. So again, that's 2075. I'm entering that into the field. And so here you've got your, if they want you to order so many SKUs, you can just click buy SKU and enter the amount of SKUs you need to. Or maybe they have both. Maybe you have to have at least 15 SKUs and $150. You can do that here. And so that's when you saw target not met or met, that's what this is. So you can come in here, set those parameters, just make sure you save. If you change that, you will have to go out of the software and back in before you do a stock check. So that's how you do a full PO stock check, nice and quick, and you'll know if you've met your minimum to get that free shipping. So
perfect. Yeah, that's kind of all we had. If for some reason we don't have audio here, we'll re-record this. I do see that you're not being able to hear anything, so we will double check that. Hopefully it did work, and we really appreciate you guys. We're going to try to keep this nice and short for you each and every week.
Christmas.
Yes, yep. Well, you'll see Christmas
Coffee holidays
shirts all month long, all next 2 months.
Through December.
So, all right. Well, thank y'all so much. And like I said, we'll re-record if for some reason we don't have audio. But if we don't have audio, you won't even be able to hear me what I'm saying. So
have a blessed day. We love you guys.
Yep. Bye, guys.
Bye.